Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Blitzburg Coverage Podcast. I'm your host, K-Mac. Episode 101. I know we're 2 days late or a day late. Usually I do it on Mondays, but I've been very busy with a lot of stuff. So, hey, man, we're here anyways, celebrating victories. Dubs. The Steelers defeated the Baltimore Ravens 27-22 this past Sunday on the road. Baltimore, Maryland, and what a game this was. That's probably the most Steelers thing to Steeler if I've ever Steelered. You lose 2 in a row on the road in Chicago, a close game with some just dumb shit that happened. You play the Bills, you play a good first half defensively, you get the doors blown off you in the second half, get ran all over. And we saw some similar things happen this past Sunday, but we also saw some different things. First off, I want to give a big shout out to A-Rod, AR12. Aaron Rodgers played a great game Sunday. He played a very good game, and he was the offense. Him and DK Metcalf were the offense. There were some moves made prior to this game, elevating Marquise Valdes-Scantling and Adam Thielen to the active roster, and they actually played snaps. They actually played snaps on fucking Sunday. Roman Wilson was inactive due to the fact he can't return punts, according to Tomlin, while Scotty Miller can. And so, yeah, they went with that. And, DK had a big fucking day finally. I feel like it's been forever since they actually adequately targeted him, used him, and very first play of the game, a 50-yard pass down the sidelines to DK Metcalf, and that was a play they hit more than once. It was a play they did more than once, as they actually threw the ball down the field for the first time in what has seemed fucking forever. We haven't had a 20-plus yard air pass completion in like over a month. Aaron Rodgers had his first 200-plus passing yard game in probably a month plus. DK had 10 catches, fucking well over 100 yards, and really helped stretch the field. Darnell Washington unfortunately suffered a concussion during the game. During the second half of the game, Andres Pete unfortunately got hurt as well, so Dylan Cook was elevated from the practice squad. He played and started later that game. The offensive line, I thought, pass protected pretty well, as Rodgers didn't even get sacked. But then again, the Ravens' pass rush sucks. Their pass rush is terrible. They only have 19 sacks on the year. They suck. But hey, from this young offensive line, I'll fucking take it however I can. As far as rushing the ball and running the ball, there was little to no success with that. That remains to be a problem with this football team, as we only rushed for about 30 yards. Between the efforts of Kenneth Gainwell and Jaylen Warren, there was little to nothing there. Jaylen Warren broke a fucking reception for a touchdown. They caught the Ravens with their fucking... They caught the Ravens in a perfect play call. The Ravens center all blitz. Fucking Warren was open in the flats. There was nobody over there. He runs it 50 yards down the sideline for a touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell scored a touchdown as well. Didn't really get to see any of the tight ends really do much. It was kind of the same mode. The Kenneth Gainwell show with some DK Metcalf sprinkled in there, and Rodgers, I thought, played his best game he's played in a while. At least through the first 3 quarters. Once we got that lead, man, once we got that big lead, we only had 3 yards of offense the entire rest of the fucking game. The defense had some good drives, just ended up unfortunately kicking 3 a couple times, especially with some of those turnovers by the Ravens we had gotten. But the defense, a mixed review for me. Without Derek Harmon, I knew they were going to get ran all over. They bent a shit ton, but just didn't break. They didn't break. They got that interception off Lamar Jackson, which was huge early in the game. Shout out to James Pierre, Lamar Jackson when he plays us. He just, I don't know. We just got his number, man. We just play that guy fucking good. There was a lot of times we were able to get pressure to him, just couldn't finish. Highsmith did finish the game. He closed that bitch out. 4th down sack. It was good to finally sack him. I fucking hate Lamar. I call him Bumar because every time he plays us, he plays like a bum. He sucked that game. I mean, they made some plays, but he didn't do really anything. I mean, we got pressure on him. Didn't really let him escape too often. He had a couple plays, but it's fucking Lamar Jackson. He's good. But the Ravens still had over 200 yards rushing, which, I mean, that's still a cause for concern when you ask me. I mean that's got to be one of the only times we've ever beaten the Ravens with a difference like that. You're talking 30 yards rushing for us, 200 yards rushing for them, and somehow we still won that football game because the turnovers and this red zone, man. That fucking simple. Bending, don't break, holding on to some big-time field goals. I mean, I thought the defensive backs played well at times, outside of a couple of soft zone coverages. But there's obviously a big elephant in the room we got to talk about, and that is that Isaiah Likely, touchdown called back or incompletion. For me, as a football fan, that's a touchdown. I don't really care. They keep changing the rules every fucking couple years on what the fuck a catch is. Who knows what a catch is anymore? So I guess there was 3 rules that applied on that catch, and he wasn't able to fulfill the 3rd component of a catch, which is making a quote-unquote football move, which is tucking it in, or moving laterally, or just making a 3rd move, I guess, a 3rd step, bringing it in before JPJ could get his hand in there and swipe it out. So, apparently, I guess that's not a catch, which, to me, it looks like a touchdown. I'm just calling it for I fucking see it. To me, that's a touchdown. I've with all the shit we've seen, I mean, the garbage time Roman Wilson touchdown against the Packers, that's a touchdown, but the Likely play isn't a touchdown. I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. They keep changing the rules. So they called that an incompletion, which would have gave them the lead, which would have changed the game, because at that point, the Steelers we were backing into a wall with our fucking tail tucked. We were just holding on for dear life at that point, because like I said, the offense, after we got that big lead, the offense didn't do jack shit. The offense did not do jack shit. They just held on for dear life. And, there was an interception by Aaron Rodgers. They got called back because he had the ball down on his 2 knees. That to me, I stand behind that call. That's fucking, the Ravens fans are saying, well, he didn't have possession. Okay, so if nobody had possession and he was down with the ball, the play's dead. It's not a fumble. It's not an interception, because it's not like the Ravens player caught it and then landed. Nobody really ever had the ball. Aaron sort of had it. They're going to give the offense they're going to give them the benefit of the doubt there. That's just what it is. In the NFL, it's about offense. It favors offense. And it was good to see us finally fucking score almost 30 points on the road against a division opponent in a big-time game like this. So now that puts us at 7-6. Ravens are 6-7. We have 4 games to go left in the season. You're talking Miami Dolphins next Monday night at Pittsburgh. It's going to be cold as fuck. Then on the road at Detroit. It's going to be a tough one. On the road at Cleveland. It's going to be a tough one. Back home for the Ravens. Going to be a tough one. So we got 4 big games left. The Ravens play the Bengals this Sunday. Then they play, I don't know. All I know is they play us the last week of the season. The Bengals next, and the Bengals, they play the Bengals one more time, right? They play the Packers, the Patriots, and they also play us. So there's a chance Baltimore is just gonna, hand us the division if they just keep fucking up. So as long as we don't sputter, we're gonna win this division, this soft, mediocre division. Which, I guess if you want to claim that, we can. But we'll finally host a playoff game for the first time in 5-6 years, which that'll be cool. But let's just remain on this. This week, this game. I feel like they made the effort to try to stop the run, but we just couldn't do it. We just didn't have the guys. I mean, like I said, no Derek Harmon leading up to this game. I knew we'd get run all over. I think we have enough statistical evidence to finally show that there's enough proof in the pudding that when Derek Harmon plays on defense, the Steelers only allow about 96 yards rushing. Without him, between that Seahawks game, that Bills game, this game, I think they said about 190 yards rushing allowed by Pittsburgh Steelers defense. To me, is absolutely criminal. It's fucking ridiculous. It still needs to be addressed. We won this game. It was an ugly win. We should have won by more. In my opinion. We should have scored more in the fucking red zone, but hey. It's a Steelers-Ravens game. They're always down to the wire. It was a one-possession game. Like I mentioned in my preview, I wasn't confident in this game whatsoever. Can you blame me? But, I will say this about Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers. When they're down and they're out and you think they're just done, that's when they always come back from the dead. I will say that, at least in the regular season. In the regular season, I've seen it before. We've seen it before a couple of years ago. They were 7-7. They just lost 3 straight to the Patriots, the Cardinals, the Colts. They come back. They win 3 straight. They go to the playoffs. They're 7-7. We had no hope coming back home against the Bengals. We were underdogs, and we came out slinging and beat their ass. So we lost 2 straight. We came back Sunday on the road, and we beat the favorite. We were 5-point dogs on the road, and we came back. Actually, we were leading the game basically the whole fucking time. Good. I'll give Tomlin credit. I'll give Tomlin his fucking dues and his credit. We made plays offensively. To me, that's the biggest change. We made plays. Aaron Rodgers made throws. Hopefully we get some guys back for this Miami game. We'll preview that Miami game later in the week. That's a big one. Dolphins have won 4 straight. Monday night, prime time. We'll see if Pittsburgh gets a win this year finally on prime time. But yeah, defensively, I thought JPJ played good. Brandon Eckel. Actually, it wasn't James Spear. Was it James Spear that got that pick? Yeah. Brandon Eccles, I thought, played another good game at cornerback. I definitely was scared to not have Kyle Duggar. I thought Chuck Clark played okay. A couple times we allowed some bullshit, but, that's just going to happen. Ramsey was a bit slow. I don't really think he played too good on Sunday. But I'll just repeat the same mantra. Bend, don't break. That's what this defense is, man. They're a bend, don't break defense. They still allow a lot of yards. They still allow a lot of plays. But when it gets closer and the fucking field gets compressed and tight, we make plays. And that's just really what it came down to, for me at least. So, I don't know, man. What do we... I felt weird watching that game, okay? Because you think about it, and it's like, okay, We won that game, and that was a big game, undoubtedly. That might have won us the division. Because all we really have to do, as long as we beat the Ravens week 18, we win this division. It's that, bar none, say we both fuck up the next 3 games, that game decides everything. But whoever won that game Sunday pretty much won the division. You look at the statistics, the numbers, all that. Obviously, anything can happen because, it wouldn't surprise me if we lose to the Dolphins or the fucking Browns. That would not. Here's how the Steelers would do this, right? We'll lose Monday, right? We'll beat the Dolphins. We'll lose Monday to Miami. We'll beat the Lions somehow. Lose to the Browns, right? And then guess what? That puts us at what? Let's see, 8-8. Yep. Say we lose Monday to the Dolphins, beat Detroit 8-7, lose to the Browns, and then we get to 9-8 and win the division. That's how it's probably gonna go. Which I hope not. Honestly, I'd rather us just. See, I'm so on the fence about this because it's like, okay, so we won Sunday. It was a big win. Of course, we're football fans, We love to see our team win, but was that really for the best of this team? Was that really for the best? Because I just don't. Here's where I'm at. Okay, I don't want to see. I don't want to see another 9-8 playoff exit. I just don't, dude. We've seen the same story how many times, dude? And that's the thing. It's like, it was a weird win for me because I wanted, and I know this sounds terrible, okay? I wanted us to lose that. I wanted us to honestly lose that game. And I know this sounds awful. I know it does. I wanted us to lose that game, fire Tomlin, and let's fucking rebuild and get back to let's get back to being something. But this process just continues. The process, the same cycle, and it's like, okay, guys, so if we're gonna do this, let's fucking do this. I don't want to teeter-totter. I'm tired of one week it's good. Next week, oh, come on. Next week, the next week, you know what I mean? I'm tired of that. And that's how it's truly looking to me. It's looking like we're 7-6. All right, we're not 10-2. We're not 10-5. We're 7-6. Let's be honest. Does anybody think we're going to win out? Does anybody think we're really going to win 10 games? Let's keep it a buck. All right, let's keep it a buck. We should beat the Dolphins Monday night. The Dolphins suck in cold weather. I'm sorry. We should win that football game. We're a better team than the fucking Miami Dolphins. Not to say that they're trash. They're okay, but if Pittsburgh... If you allow a warm team like Miami to come up into these conditions like this shit right here and win, come on. We've seen it happen before, though. 2013. We should win that game. 8-6. The Detroit Lions, I don't think we should win that game. Now, NFL, anything can happen, but are we really a better team than the Detroit Lions? No. On paper, no shot. The Detroit Lions, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, they're probably going to run all over us, play action with Jared Goff. They're probably going to, they should fuck us up. I'm keeping it real. 8-7. 8-7. At the Cleveland Browns. We should win that game. Shedeur Sanders, a rookie quarterback, should not be beating the Pittsburgh fucking Steelers. Mike Tomlin, if you're that fucking coach, no way do you lose to a fucking rookie. Not in December, not in a late game, not when we need it, because we're going to need that game. But, to me, history repeats itself. And the fact of the matter is, we have not swept the Cleveland Browns since 2021 when Ben Roethlisberger was our quarterback. That's just the facts. So to me, I think we lose that game. But we should win that game and be 9-7 and clinch the division. That should clinch us the division. I don't see the Ravens. I think they bounce back Sunday. I know the Bills. I mean, the Bengals played a great game against the Bills, but I don't know if I see the Bengals sweeping the Ravens. I know the Ravens are inconsistent. The Bengals have been playing a lot better since Burrow came back, but still, I don't. If the Bengals beat them, fine. I like it. I'm with it. I'd rather, but I don't see them losing that game. The Patriots. I don't think the Ravens beat the Patriots. I think the Ravens beat the Packers, and then with us, that's a toss-up. I don't know. But, hey, who fucking knows, man? NFL, dude, this shit's, I think sometimes it's scripted. The fact of the matter is, we should win the division, and then we're probably going to host the Bills or the Chargers. That's a rematch. We're probably going to rematch somebody, unless the Jaguars get to the 5th seed somehow, which... who knows? Personally, I don't want to see the Jaguars. Personally, I don't want to see the Texans. I want the Chargers. I think we can beat the Chargers. The Bills, I don't want to see Josh Allen with the Bills. No thanks. I know Josh Allen's never won a road playoff game, but no thanks. I don't want to see that shit show again. We just saw it 2 weeks ago. We just saw it in the playoffs a couple years ago. No thanks. Give me the Chargers. Obviously, we played them about a month ago. Kind of a close competitive game. The defense played well, but the offense just sucked ass.
Total 1 mile.
So
24 minutes 17 seconds.
But
steps 2,334 steps.
To me, it's like I just don't want it. The reason why I didn't want us to win. It's like I just don't want to see us go 9-8, play a playoff game, and get our fucking ass beat. I just don't want to see it, dude. And then we're picking in the 20s again. It's the same cycle. And people are fucking. They like it. Like they can live with it. Like no. And people are coming at me saying I'm entitled and fucking. Well, you've never seen a losing season. I don't give a fuck. So what? You don't know. You've never seen a losing season. Well, you know what? 8-8 for Pittsburgh is a fucking losing season to me. To me, right? I know some years our team's not going to be shit. And to others, that means 3 wins, 4 wins. I'm talking, for me, that's 8 wins. That's just, if you're not being great, who gives a fuck? You really want to be mediocre? Fuck that. I'm sick of that shit. And that's how it's looking this year. It's looking like a 9-8 year. Get bounced in the playoffs. Because there's too many flaws with this fucking team. There's a lot of flaws with a lot of teams, though. So who fucking knows? And that's the part that's so frustrating is we can't seize the moment. The fact of the matter is, you're talking a playoff field where it's probably going to be Bo Nix, right? Drake May and the Patriots. Okay, well, we beat them. The Colts might be in it. We beat them. Daniel Jones is out the rest of the year. The Jacksonville Jaguars, who have been playing pretty solid ball, but, I mean, Trevor Lawrence, sometimes he is really inconsistent. I don't know. Josh Allen and the Bills. I mean, James Cook and Josh Allen, they're kind of a two-man army, to be honest with you. Their defense sucks. The Chargers, I mean, they won last night, but they're not fucking unbeatable. They can be beat. So you're telling me Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes aren't going to be in the playoffs? Probably, most likely. And we're not going to be able to fucking take advantage of that and win a game or 2. I just want to see 1 game. But fuck it. Why can't we win out? Why can't we win out the rest of the regular season and be a team nobody wants to fucking see? Because the fact of the matter is the pieces are there. I don't care what anybody says. There's guys on defense that are about it. They've shown they can be about it. They just got to play more consistent. We just got to stop allowing so many big plays and fucking keep a lid on things. So we're 7-6. You know, we have some good wins. We have some bad losses. We have some weird. It's the NFL. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. So who really fucking knows? Who really fucking knows? But anything can happen. I wish, for me, I wish we get this run game going. That'd give me some more confidence. Work some play action, use the tight ends. I mean, I don't know where the fuck, I don't know where, Freiermuth is existing. I don't know what happened to that guy. Darnell didn't even play, he got hurt. So that impacted some of their play calls, according to Connor Hayward. So all we really had was Jonnu, DK, and I guess Adam Thielen, and I don't know, dude. I don't fucking know. I tell you what, though, Ben Skoranek was a fucking beast on Sunday. That guy's a baller, man. Special teams, fucking catching the ball. Ben Skoranek, he's one of those dudes. I'll fucking say that, man. He's a great special teams player. I like his game. But I think that's it for me, man. Blitzburg Coverage Podcast, 101, episode 101. Find us everywhere, Facebook, Twitter /X, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We got over 100 followers on the TikTok channel. Thanks to everybody. Let's keep this party going. It's Tuesday. I'll never be mad over a victory. I love to see it, but let's not act like we're not flawed. So everybody just calm the horses down. There's still more work to be done. It's December ball. This is when we're supposed to be playing our best. And I might be going to that game next Monday. We'll see. I might go to that Dolphins game. We'll see what's up. But hey, I'm out of here. You guys have a great rest of your week. And I'll get back to y'all probably like Friday or Saturday. Do a podcast episode. Wait for the injury reports to come out. And let's see what else is going on. But I'm out of here. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Toodaloo.